Hey guys, welcome to Hiphughes History. Let's see if we can't take the Albany Plan of Union in the next few minutes, guys, and chop it up and serve it up on a bed of learning. So whether you're in an American history course, AP US history especially, lifelong learner, cray-cray on the internet, Albany Plan of Union, let's do it. Okay, so guys, the Albany Plan of Union is a really important event in American history because it represents really the first time way back in 1754 when the colonies start thinking about the idea of a unified government. And that's not going to happen for another 22 years, but still the same, it's really important. So if you travel back to 1754 and you look around what's going on in the world, you're going to find that you have kind of a European drama spillover. And what I mean by that is the 7-Year War that's going on over there in Europe with Napoleon and the Great Britain and all this kind of thing has spilled over into the French and Indian War. So the colonies are kind of dealing with the consequences of that with battles on the Western Front with Native Americans and on the Northern Front with the French. And really they start thinking about themselves as kind of one entity. How can we defend ourselves? So it ends up being Benjamin Franklin, Uncle Ben, baby, who becomes really kind of the spirit captain of the Albany Plan of Union. You got about 20 guys. They travel up to Albany, New York. Shout out to Albany. And they start kind of putting their heads together and proposing different plans to how we can deal with this problem of the colonies and how they're going to defend themselves. And if you look at the mission statement of the Albany Plan of Union, under one government as far as it might be necessary for defense and other general purposes. That's kind of what they're seeking to do. So they end up coming up with a plan, and actually it was written by, guess who? Uncle Ben, Benjamin Franklin, and it basically calls for a new type of government that is going to have a President General, who would be appointed by Great Britain. So this isn't complete independence. There's still ties. They called for something called a Grand Council, which would be represented by representatives coming out of the colonial assemblies, and the colonial assemblies are elected by the people in the colonies. They still have colonial governors, and there's oversights from the king and all of this wish-wash. But at the end of the day, you'd have something that represented the colonies as one unit. So they shipped that plan off first to the colonial assemblies in the 13 colonies, and they send a copy off to kind of the trade offices, the London Board of Trade, to get permission from Great Britain. And no. First it's the colonial assemblies, the colonists themselves, who are saying, I don't know if we want to unify and give up our own kind of localized power to this new entity who might have something like taxing power. Therefore, I think tyranny, I think losing control. No! Great Britain, the Board of Trade, didn't even give it to the crown. The king didn't even have a chance to look at it. They rejected it outright. They don't want no business giving empowerment to the colonies, those little rebel rousers over there. Under the thumb, like the Rolling Stones song, they say. So at the end of the day, fail. But at the end of the day for Great Britain, #fail. Because they really blew a golden opportunity. I think that if they had given representation through some type of governing council, whatever you want to call it, that really would have put the water out on the fires of rebellion. And I'd probably have a picture of the Queen right now be drinking tea. How about that one? And even later on, in the first colonial Congress, you had a representative called Joe Galloway, and he was a loyalist. So as the colonial Congress is talking about rebellion and leaving Great Britain, he goes, I have a great idea. We should have a general president, and a colonial assembly should elect general council, and copycat. It's too late. His peeps were like, we breaking up, baby. So there you go, the Albany Plan of Union, 1754. Why is it important? Because it's the first time that the colonies are thinking about a unified government, some type of umbrella that's going to hold these bad boys together. And of course, we learned today that it didn't happen. But you watch out, Great Britain, we're coming for you. Get your guns and grab the youngins. So there you go, guys, the Albany Plan of Union. Make sure that you check the links below. We have other great EDU channels that we want you to check out. And certainly we want you to subscribe to Hiphughes History. Because remember, guys, where attention goes, energy flows. We'll see you next time. Giddy up.